Do you recognize this?
Those are my panties. How did you...
We assume Mr. Williams stole them. Mr. Williams had a room filled with, unsavory items. It was like a shrine.
Unsavory items? Well, what does that mean? What is that?
I am so sorry you weren't supposed to see that. Mudge! Get that out of here.
No, wait. Is that supposed to be me?
Well, it's hard to say.
The story begins a week ago. Since Bree's ex-husband's death, George has relentlessly pursued her. Bree thought she was finally going to find happiness again. But one day, an uninvited guest suddenly found her. Through conversation, Bree learned that the woman was George's ex-fiancée. She found her after seeing the news of their engagement in the newspaper. To find out why she had come, Bree invited her into the house.
We'd been dating for 6 months when he asked me to marry him. From the moment I said yes, George got so possessive. And when he found out my ex lived just down the street, George accused me of seeing him behind his back. And then one night, I got a call from the police. Someone had set my ex's car on fire. I could never prove anything, but I knew it was George. I left him the next day.
Well, I don't know what to say.
I know, it's upsetting.
Clearly, Bree did not believe the woman's words. After all, George's love for her was obvious. She would never leave George because of what a stranger said, so Bree immediately asked her to leave. Seeing that Bree wouldn't listen to reason, Layla tried to dissuade her again, but Bree interrupted her, clearly stating her position. Left with no other option, Layla had to leave. However, Bree didn't realize that Lyra's warning would soon come true. One day, when Bree and George were on a date, George noticed that she wasn't wearing her engagement ring. This instantly ignited his emotions. He didn't hesitate to ask Bree to put the ring on immediately. Upon seeing this, Bree quickly explained that one of the gems on the ring had come loose. She planned to send it for repair, which is why she wasn't wearing it. But George refused to give up. The next second, he made the same request again.
I want you to wear it.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to.
Why not?
Because I don't feel like it. And this is the last time we're going to talk about this, okay?
Just as the argument was escalating, an old friend of Bree's happened to pass by. The friend's appearance immediately calmed their argument. Bree thought the awkward moment was over, but when she introduced George to her friends, his behavior again upset her.
Hi, this is George. He's a good friend of mine.
Actually, we're engaged.
Bree, you look fantastic. You haven't aged.
Ty, would you like to dance?
Sure. I'd love to.
Let me take your coat.
Seeing Bree interacting so intimately with her friends, George could no longer hide his jealousy. He suddenly walked up to Bree and insisted once again that she put on the engagement ring, but Bree refused him again. However, George wouldn't accept her refusal. He stepped forward and tried to force the ring onto her finger.
George, I don't want to.
We are engaged. You have to wear it.
Hey, knock it off, man.
We're engaged.
See, the thing is, I don't think we are anymore.
Bree.
Please, you should go.
From that day on, George's behavior became even more extreme. In order to get Bree to reply to his letter in no time, he actually appeared outside Bree's house and confessed his love to her again in front of everyone. However, his actions completely crossed Bree's line, so Bree immediately pulled out her last resort from under the bed. She was determined to end her relationship with George completely. Ignoring George's presence, Bree pulled the trigger. This time, the action worked immediately. Realizing he had gone too far, George backed down for the time being. But what Bree didn't know was that George had no intention of giving up. Soon, he launched another desperate plan. This time, he planned to hurt himself in order to force Bree back to him.
There's a charity dinner taking place downstairs. My friend Bree Van de Kamp is one of the co-chairs. Give her this note and walk away. If she comes up in the elevator, call me. You think you can do that?
Yes, sir. Excuse me, ma'am?
Yes.
I was asked to give this to you.
Oh, thank you.
After reading the letter George left behind, Bree immediately picked up the phone to dial emergency services. But before she could even make the call, the police contacted her first. They revealed a shocking secret.
Mrs. Van de Kamp, my men are at his house right now, and they've uncovered evidence that suggests Mr. Williams was responsible for your husband's death.
What?
Yeah, we found Rex's prescription bottles and doctored potassium pills, as well as some disturbing diary entries. Mrs. Vandekamp.
Only then did Bree truly see George's true colors. She never imagined that George was the one who killed her ex-husband. In order to find out the truth, Bree decided to confront him face to face. Meanwhile, George was completely unaware of the truth that the police had already told Bree. Receiving a call from a restaurant employee informing him that Bree was on her way, George thought his plan had succeeded. Thinking victory was within reach, he swallowed a handful of sleeping pills. But to his surprise, Bree didn't show up. For safety reasons, he eventually called for emergency medical assistance himself. Before he could explain the situation, Bree suddenly pushed the door open and entered.
I want to help you. But in order to do that, I need to forgive you, and I can't do that until you've admitted what you've done. You killed Rex.
Look, I'm in trouble here. We need to call someone.
Not until you admit what you've done.
I love you. Anything I may have done, I did for you. Because you wanted me to. You know you did. We need to phone an ambulance.
I called them while you were asleep. They're already on their way.
However, what George didn't know was that Bree had no intention of keeping her promise. The next morning, Bree received a call from the police. She was then taken to the scene. She remained calm even during questioning, but just as she was about to leave, the police revealed an unexpected secret. This directly led to the scene at the beginning of the story.
What is that?
I am so sorry you weren't supposed to see that much. Get that out of here.
No, wait. Is that supposed to be me?
It's hard to say.
I don't understand. I mean, what would George be doing with a life-size doll? Oh, dear Lord. Oh, hold it. What are you going to do with that?
Well, until we close the file on Mr. Williams, she's considered evidence. We'll have to take her back to the station.
I am so sorry about this, Mrs. Vandekamp. I know how difficult all this must be.
Although Bree was already internally devastated, she did her best to remain calm. After all, everyone knows that Bree is a perfectionist. For her, maintaining dignity is always the most important thing, even under such humiliating circumstances.